Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Miles MUA. Today our model is Eileen. I am so sorry that our model is not in the center of the frame, but she will be soon. All I'm doing right now is filling in the eyebrows with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Palette with a mix of granite and ebony, and then brushing out the front so that we don't get a blocky brow. Today I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills primer, and I'm going to put that on my palette, dab that on with my Sonia Kashuk blending brush, and then just blend that in circular motions. And I'm going to do this on both eyes. I really love this primer. It takes the pigments from the shadows that I'll be using later on very well, and it blends out very easily. Okay, I'm dipping into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pro Pigment Palette Volume 1, and I'm taking the two shades B4 and A3. B4 is a cool violet, while A3 is a rich plum shade. So I'm taking B4 into the crease, and then I'm going to take A3 with my Sigma 35 brush, and I'm going to blend those two shades together. The cool violet shade, I'm taking my Sigma E25 to stamp it on, and it's much more precise than my Sigma E35. So my E25 just makes it stamp on real good, and I can get it right in the crease, and my 35 just blends out the edges. Okay, I'm now taking my Sigma F75 brush with a little bit of lash glue on it so that it flattens out the brush, and I'm going to begin to cut the crease with a LA Girl Pro Concealer in white. I cut the crease a little bit from the corner of the eye and then just slightly above the crease, so one, it does not transfer throughout the day, but also so that it creates a very elongated eye effect. And to fill in the crease, I'm going to take my two favorite pigments from the palette, which are C3, which is a deep rose, and B3, which is a platinum rose. I'm applying the deep rose shade to the inner corner and then the platinum rose shade to the outer corners. Okay, now I'm going to begin on the complexion of her face, and I'm using my Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to apply KO2 from my RCMA foundation palette and begin to gently massage that into her skin. Okay, and for foundation today, I'm going to use KO4 from the RCMA palette, and I'm going to stamp that into her face using my Sonia Kashuk brush. It doesn't really have a flat top, but it has a rounded top, and it is just perfect for stamping in any product that I need. It applies it very well, especially if I'm going to do a more full coverage glam. And Sonia Kashuk brushes, they are super affordable. You can actually get them at Target, and I personally love them, so pick some up. Okay, now I'm going to begin the contour with my Real Techniques contouring brush with the shade KO7 from the RCMA palette, and I'm beginning the contour about 3/4 up from her ear and bringing it to the end of her eyebrow. If I contour too low, then it's going to drag down her face and make her appear much older. If I bring the contour too much to the center of her face, like maybe to her pupil, it's also going to kind of give this weird distorted effect. So I'm also going to contour her décolletage, because if you saw in the other clips before, I added foundation there as well. So now it's just going to really make the face and the neck exist in the same world, even though all of these shades are so her skin tone. And now we're going to pop in a little nose contour. Okay, and now I'm going to begin to contour and highlight her face with the powders. I'm dipping into my Anastasia Beverly Hills kit, and I'm going to take my Sonia Kashuk brush and just gently begin to dab that powder on. I gently dab, and then if it's just too light, I can always go into another tool in my kit, and then I can always build it up. But if I go light first, I can always build up. However, if I'm too heavy first, then it's much harder to subtract. I am then going to begin to contour her face with my Real Techniques brush again, and I'm going to dip into those two shades from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and just begin to slowly but surely build it up. Okay, now I'm going to use a cheap disposable sponge you can get from like the Dollar Tree, Target, or whatever, and I'm going to just blend along the edges of the contour so that the edges of the contour and the highlight just really blend in seamlessly together. And for the waterline, I'm using the MAC Fluid Line Eyeliner. So now I'm going to go in and begin to make that winged liner. My favorite eyeliner to use for wings is the liquid eyeliner from Sephora. It's matte, it's black, it's just amazing. And I've tried so many eyeliners, especially liquid ones. So I'm just going to slowly but surely build up that outer corner of the wing because that's where I want the most product and also for it to be the deepest. And then as I go into the corner to the front of the eye, I'm making sure that that line is either non-existent or as faint as possible. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of concealer and start to clean it up. And then I'm going to go back in and build it up again to where I want it. And then I'm going to use my MAC Fluid Liner, and then I'm going to go to the tail and then just flick it out so that we get that nice vanishing effect. Okay, and now I'm going to begin to do the under eye makeup, and I'm going to stamp the black from that ABH palette with my Sigma brush, and I'm just going to stamp it in, and then I'm going to take a little slightly fluffier brush, and I'm going to dip into that purple I used from the top of the eyeshadow. I'm going to begin to just blend that black and that purple together. Okay, and now I'm going to take my Sigma E35 brush. I'm going to go into A1 from the ABH palette, and it's an iridescent purple, and it just really flows together with this look. And now I'm going to deepen up the contour by just applying a deep contour shade from the ABH palette in the pockets of the contour, just so it seems a little bit more multi-dimensional and a little bit more flattering. And I'm just going to take a disposable sponge and just blend along the edges again. Okay, now we're going to apply some lashes. I'll leave the lashes down below in the description box. But once I apply these lashes on her, this will be the complete and final look. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for all future videos. Thank you so much.